Good morning and welcome to Real and Raw. How are we this morning? Hope you're all well. This morning we have a special guest. We have Sarah that will be joining us. Sarah is a life coach. Very good indeed. Arpex, good morning. How are you, mate? Good to see you. Bear with me for 1 second. Let's start the go. There we go. Woody, good morning. How you doing, mate? That's cute. Good morning. Goal has begun. Arpex, there's no giving up, mate. No giving up. We're in this to reach the end. We're just going to keep going forever and ever. Someday. Good morning, Someday. How you doing? You good, Woody? I'm glad to hear it. Bum, bum, bum. How are we all? Melody, good morning. And we'll click on that one. There we go. Good morning, Sarah. How are you?
Morning. Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, wonderful, mate. Wonderful.
Good.
So, are you nervous?
A little bit.
Don't be. It's fine. They won't bite, not unless you ask.
A little bit, but excited at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. It's always fun to do something new, isn't it? So
Yes.
where do we start?
Hello. Hi,
Where do we
Raspberry
start?
Hedgehog.
Surgery in T-minus 7 hours. Good luck, mate. I hope it all goes well. So I think the best place for us to start, Kush, good morning, is everyone's going to be saying good morning for the next 20 minutes, I reckon. If we start with where we came from. Craig, good morning. So for me, I grew up on a council estate. My parents weren't around when my stepdad was around at that time. My first stepdad. I was beaten on a daily basis. It's what he was good at. Not only me, he also did that sort of stuff with other family members. And life sort of moved on from there from the age of 11 and progressed. My mum remarried to an amazing guy that I lost recently, 18 months ago. That is when my latest spiral started, and that's when I started to do this. So that's sort of the short version of how I got into doing this. I started it as a vlog, just for myself, and it's evolved. It's evolved massively. Over 3,000 subscribers now, and yeah, it's doing really well. But that's enough about me.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
So yeah, tell us a little bit about you, if you wouldn't mind, how you got into therapy.
Well, I'm going to have to take you all the way back to school when I
Yep.
first started school to give you a fuller picture of why this journey happened for me. So when I was at school, what all started from when I was bullied at school, and I was quite different to most people, outsider, you could say. And most going through life, through that, I was bullied through that period. And I was always thinking in my mind, why am I different? Why am I different to all these other people? I don't know why. I don't know why.
Yep.
And people around me started, "You're dumb, you're silly," or I heard this word dyslexia, and then teachers that, and I still didn't know what it was. I was like, back then, it was like you wouldn't really talk about neurodiverse mental health or anything like that. It wasn't heard of. So I kind of carried on, and I just had to get on with it through school, high school, and it got worse through there. And then I came out of that. I went into college, and it was a much better situation for me. I was much more open people, more people that I can relate to.
Yeah.
Generally, I felt so. And then I went straight into work, supermarket, Sainsbury's for 18 years. And my goal from the beginning there was like I wanted to be a manager. I always wanted to do that. So I started from a colleague to a team leader, running the store, and then manager.
Yeah.
And I was so proud of myself that I was able to do that. You know, even though I had this thing, which I wasn't quite sure what it was, dyslexia, that actually I can do something. I'm not, as people saying I was dumb and things like that. It was
Yeah.
just that I work differently. I'm more hands-on. I'm more customer services. I'm more creative. That kind of line. That's how I work. But within that period, it was very stressful. I was being a manager, so there was a lot of pressure. I don't know if you've ever worked in retail, anyone, but it's very high pressured work. You know, time management, you've got to be on time,
Yeah.
rotas, a lot of money and things like that. So yeah, I had anxiety and panic attacks through that. And then I think also a bit of self-esteem from back when I was bullied at school, so that kicked in. So what I did is like actually seek some help myself.
Yeah.
Thought, right, this is getting quite bad. I'm getting these panic attacks, and again, I didn't know what that was either until someone told me. A friend told me, and I was like, I don't even know what that is. Again, it wasn't
Very
really well
scary.
known. Everything was like pretty much put under the rug, even with my parents. Like when I mentioned dyslexia or um, mental health, it was just not unseen of. You wouldn't really
Mm.
talk about it. Yeah, so I seeked out help. I seeked a coach slash counselor
Yeah.
that put me through different things, like CBT, reframing things, holistic style, different breathing techniques, meditation, that kind of thing that I went through. And then eventually I was able to manage that specific anxiety and panic attacks. And then after that, I went, said, Sarah, I'm going to, I see a lot of potential in you. You've gone through a lot of things through life. I think you'd be great as a life coach. And I was like, okay, why not? I'll give this a go. I'll give this a go. It sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I love talking is one of my main thing. I'm very good at talking, very good at like customer services. And I said, yeah, why not? I'll give it a go. So I did it. It was a very intense course. It was for a year, transformational life coach level 4. And I thought I brought some few things along so you can see. There's a certificate there. That was my first certificate of the
Lovely.
life coach. Very proud moment. A year ago. That was 20th of the 11th, 2024. I passed that. And then after that period, when I passed, it was like entrepreneur. So basically she gave me a few things, but it was like I had to do it. So I had to make my own website, do my
Yeah.
own kind of social stuff, um, go on different sites to get clients as well.
Yeah.
So I had to do it off my own back. I did have a little bit of help, steer in the right direction from my mentor, which she
Yeah.
helped me, but mainly it was me. Done all the kind of grafting and everything. Also in that period, I did a bit of art as well, art coaching as well. I went into different places, spreading that awareness as well by doing the art and the meditations, mandalas and things like that in libraries, farms, Dean Seat Farm near me. Started free and then paid, and then after that, I did more kind of started coming back home because I felt like that was a bit too much for me. I enjoyed going out, but I had to carry a lot. Then I came across Lavender Therapy, which was quite interesting, the site. And then I spoke to Phil, the manager there, which we had a conversation about that. It's kind of like, how to explain it. He's an umbrella company where he provides me for the clients. I'm still entrepreneur on my own, doing my own business, but he provides me for the clients, basically. And also training. He gives me training, ongoing training as well. And that's where I'm going to show you my next certificate. So I'm a Lavender Therapy approved therapist as well. So that's that as well. Lavender Therapy approved therapist, which means that I'm approved by Lavender Therapy as a therapist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a recognised qualification for anyone else, or is that just directly through Lavender Therapy?
Directly through Lavender Therapy.
Do you? I know that Phil likes to get other qualifications as well. I don't know where the qualifications are when it comes to therapy. I know that there are all sorts of different.
Yeah, there's different therapy qualifications. Like you might have to go to university and things like that, but I didn't go down that route. I wish I'd go more the different kind of route that I went, and also because I've got dyslexia, it's much more easier for me to do this way. I've always gone the different way. I would say like an underground route.
That's. I mean, sometimes that's what we need to do. We can't always take the most direct route.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed that, doing not the straight route, if you know what I mean. I've always liked to kind of do the different routes through life. And even with even growing up at school, that was the same with me as well, which I thought, okay, I'm different. You know what? I'm going to really bring this out even more. People think I'm different. I'm going to proudly be different. So I was I enjoy rock music. So I kind of wear the rock clothes, very out kind of different clothes, colors, and I really enjoyed that. That helped me kind of express myself as well.
Yeah. Did you feel better after doing so, after changing the way you look and being who you are? Did you feel better in doing that?
Yeah, it really was a big boost of confidence for me when I realized, okay, I'm different, but let's, embrace that. That's what I always say to my clients as well, like, embrace the difference. You are okay, you are different, but actually embrace that part of you. They call it like the black sheep. Okay, fair enough, but embrace that part of you. If you're nutrodiverse, or if any part of you that you would just want to kind of embrace, really, it's empowering.
Definitely, I agree with that 100%. So should we open up to the people in the chat to see if the guys have got any questions?
Why not?
What do you think, guys? Do you have any questions that you would like to ask Sarah? Being a life coach, is there anything that you think that maybe she could help you with? Nick? Not helpful, mate. Not helpful. Let's see what we got. We are all different indeed, Clyde. give everybody a minute to catch up. It
Yeah,
could
no
be that
worries. I could,
live at the end.
yeah, I could even go through some of the tools that I use if you'd be interested, if anyone wants to learn about that, what kind of style I do.
Let me just change that to all chat because I just saw a comment. What to do when your entire family has passed? How would you get over that? That's a really good question,
Yeah, that's
actually.
a really deep question. But I do deal with a lot of grief within working with Lavender Therapy. And what I always kind of try and do is actually from individual is actually one thing is the main thing is really good actually talking and getting it off your chest.
Yeah.
One of the first things. And also using some of the techniques and tools. If it is part of your family, I mean, I would personally, all the people around you start having kind of different therapy as well, because it doesn't just affect you, it affects the people around you
Yeah.
as well. I would use breathing techniques, 4-4-4 box breathing. So you breathe in for 4, hold, and then breathe, and then hold for 4, and then exhale for 4.
Yeah.
This one is very good for relaxation, grounding, and clarity. Also good for anxiety and panic attacks as well. I'll just use these kind of things and kind of talk to the person gently. It's the first session with me is basically kind of getting to know you and what you're looking for, and then we start kind of going a bit more deeper each time. We might go through different things.
Yeah.
Okay, certain things might come up and you might actually want to talk about it. So yeah, grief, there might be something more than that. It might be something from the past, so trauma. It might be you want to do a bit of inner child, something that I really like as well, inner child work, which there might be something related to child, the inner child of you.
Yeah.
And you want to speak about that as well. Or you may want to do some meditations with me, which we can go into it a bit more deeper and relax the mind. Yeah. So that's how
Brilliant.
I kind of work it.
Well, let's see what else we have. Yes, Dacula, as he said there, there are loads of different therapists out there, so make sure that you can connect with the correct therapist or the
Yeah,
right one for
I
you.
agree with that. That's what Lavender Therapy is absolutely spot on with. And I love that because, first of all, the client phones in or uses their mobile. There's different ways of going into kind of Lavender Therapy. And you would speak to someone and they would give you talk about what you're looking for, okay, and then they would narrow it down to what your specific needs, and then they'll tailor it to that specific therapist, coach, counselor, you name it.
Yeah.
It would be very precise. I recommend to do it that way.
James, how do I climb back out of the hole you're in? James, would you like to give a little bit more details on that one?
Yeah, I would have said that too. You can tell me a bit more. What necessary are you thinking when you go into that deep dark hole? What negative thoughts, what thoughts are going through your head right now when you go through there? Wildbeard.
Am I missing some comments? Took their own life and the rest died of cancer. That's cute. I know it's really difficult to deal with these sort of things. When when you have nobody around you for whatever the reason, whether they've passed away or whatever, you do feel alone. If you can't get out there and make friends, what you're doing
I've got
now, you're doing exactly what you need to be doing. You're reaching out in a YouTube channel, which is, there's nothing wrong with a YouTube channel. Just
yeah,
reaching out, making that contact with people is, it's key.
yeah.
100% is key.
That really reminds me of one of my clients that I've got at the moment. She is that she finds it hard to go outside, in the outside world. She feels stuck inside. She feels like a lot of people are looking at her because she's got something on her face that people stare at, and she's had that for a long time, and she's had a lot of trauma from her mother and things like that. So we kind of have to kind of talk things through and do different techniques and tools, which she finds it very helpful. And last time we did a meditation together, which she's been saying no to doing it with other people, other therapists that she's had before, and it was the first time she'd done it with me, and she accepted it, and she said that, wow, that was so good, that she really enjoyed that, and it made her much more calmer, much more grounded, can think clearly more, even though she's got very kind of small circle, and she finds it hard to go out, finds it hard to communicate, but it's kind of like a lifeline.
Definitely, yeah. James, self-isolation from PTSD from being an abused child, PTSD from serving the country, and becoming disabled, working in a job working in a job was a source of therapy, but you can't work anymore. That's a difficult one. PTSD is difficult to deal with, from whatever the cause. I was recently diagnosed with PTSD from childhood trauma.
Mm.
And obviously, when you have PTSD from the military as well, those things sort of pile up on top of each other. It's not side by side. They're literally, it's like a tower, in my opinion. So, yeah, over to you on that one, Sarah.
Yeah. The only thing that I can say, I'm not diagnosed, but that I did go through a very traumatic accident during my work period when I was in the supermarket, where someone thought it was me. So one of my colleagues, they kind of refused to serve this kind of client that was their customer, because they was on their bike and they was kind of trying to get a milk. They went on their break, and then I was there as a manager covering the store. And then not specifically that customer came in, but their friends came in. And then they saw me because I looked exactly like my colleague, very similar. I've got glasses, so they thought it was me. So I suffered an injury on my head and like had 8 stitches. It was like a glass bottle that was covered in a bag and smashed over my head. So that potentially could have caused me that. And I did definitely have anxiety and panic attacks, major, from that incident. It was horrible.
I think the key with PTSD is, I sort of touched on this a couple of days ago, is grounding yourself.
Yeah,
Um, Definitely grounding. So PTSD is something that brings on depression.
yeah.
Depression is, as I learned recently, depression is everything that is in the past, everything that you're worrying about from the past. That is what brings on your depression. So
Mhm.
when you are thinking about the things that are in the past, I understand that with PTSD, you can have nightmares and things like that, and recurring dreams and things like that. That is something that I don't know much about yet. But
Mm.
if you are able to just during the daytimes when that PTSD is taken over, just ground yourself. In I've covered grounding a couple of times over the last couple of days. If you want to know a little bit more about that, do go back and watch one of the previous lives. But it's so easy to ground yourself. So easy. All you need to do is take that time to be in that moment and give your brain something to think directly about. If you're thinking about, for example, your hand and you're concentrating on your hand, you can't think about anything else. You can only concentrate on that one thing.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
grounding is definitely going to be a big help for you. You don't have to meditate, but meditation can help.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I also always say if you're doing mindfulness is really good. Um, the majority, as you said, in the past, I always say this to my clients, in the past is where depression lives, where if you have any kind of thinking of the past, and then if you think in anything like future goals, future aspirations, but procrastinating over it too much, that's where anxiety and panic attacks lives. That's why I
yeah,
always mention to live in the here and now, and that's where the golden pot is. Like me and
yeah,
you right now, Rob, we're currently right now, right here,
indeed.
present,
Staying in the moment
in
rather
the
than
moment, present. Yeah,
what's
mindfulness.
happened
And
before. Indeed. 1 second. Do, do, do.
also another, I watched your YouTube with Phil as well. He was mentioning about the 5 4 3 2 1. I use that as well. That's also a
Yeah,
grounding technique that I use, which is very good. And also just going outside in the nature. Go if you've got a garden or go to the park, put your feet on grass,
yeah.
ground yourself, lie down in the park, you know.
It definitely does work.
It works.
We actually did a small exercise a couple of days ago. One of the subs in the channel was feeling overwhelmed, so we literally there and then, shoes and socks off. It was late at night for her. Shoes and socks off, out in the garden, spend 5 minutes just grounding, thinking about that feeling of the grass on your feet, between your toes. And it does definitely help. It's a massive help. So if you are somebody that suffers with PTSD, remember that that PTSD is something that has happened in the past, and you need to ground yourself in the here and now. Hopefully, that is something that will help you. Breath works is another way of helping yourself through that. I really like Breathworks. There's a guy that I used to watch. He doesn't do YouTube anymore, unfortunately. But I used to watch him all the time doing Breathworks, and I'd sort of join in with that, and it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
Mm,
So
yeah.
that's something else that's worth looking into for everybody. Let's see what else we've got. Morning, Sarah. Good morning. Sorry, I'm way behind on the chat. Nariko, good morning. Uh, Sam, Artist Sam Crafts. My daughter died 18 years ago and I still can't get over it. What can I do?
Say that one again.
Um, Artist Sam Crafts said, my daughter died 18 years ago. I still can't get over it. What can I do? Um, just before you do, comment on that one. Sam, remember, what has happened, you can't change. What you can do is change the way you think about what has happened. Um, Over to you, Sarah, on that one.
Yeah, I agree with what you just said. You can't really change exactly that, but what you can do is change your own kind of thought process and to just come up and do some more kind of talking about what's actually happened on a open kind of conversation, non-judgmental, and it just does the world of good to talk to someone that's not necessarily your family or friend.
Yeah.
And it's non-judgmental. It's 100% stays in the room, everything as
Yeah,
well.
I agree with that. It's really difficult to deal with the loss of any loved one. As you know, I touched on it earlier. I lost my dad 18 months ago. Not the same thing as losing a child, I'm sure. No parent should outlive their children ever. It just shouldn't. It shouldn't happen. But I think it's just one of the things in life that we need to face at some point. And as horrible as that is, time, I wouldn't say time is a healer, because I don't think you ever heal from that. What you can do is just learn to be comfortable with that fact. Take each day as it comes. When I lost my dad, I didn't cope very well at all. It hasn't got better, but it has got easier to deal with over time. Obviously, for Sam, it's been 18 years. To be honest, Sam, I think the best thing that you can do is talk to someone professionally to see if they can help you deal with the issues that you're dealing with. I wish that I could offer you that, but I'm just me, as you know. I don't claim to be anything that I'm not. I'm just a normal everyday guy that has dealt with depression and anxiety for a long time. But I would definitely say search for somebody that can help you in the correct way.
Also, just to add one thing that I was going to say, is journaling is very good to get your emotions down onto the piece of paper, what you're actually feeling and thinking in that moment. If you don't like writing, you can record as well
Yeah,
how you're feeling. And at the end of it, if you're happy with it, you can, put it onto the wall. Or if you're not, which is a great thing, it's a physical thing where you can tear it up all the pieces into pieces and throw it away.
yeah. Which is basically as you tear that up and throw it away, it's kind of like closing the door on it, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just kind of, it's a physical thing and a visual thing that you can
Yeah,
see them words in the flesh. It's so different to kind of like talking, right? When you see it, it's like, oh, okay,
yeah,
I get that now.
definitely.
Yeah.
What else have
Or
we
or recording
got?
it, either as well, because you can hear yourself back.
Stephen, what would you suggest to somebody with depression who's skeptical about therapy? Where would you suggest that person goes? First of all, Stephen, there's nobody that has been more skeptical than me. I've always said therapy's not for me. It's not going to help me. If somebody's not been through what I've been through, then it's a waste of time. If they don't understand
Mm,
what I've been through, there's no point. They're not going to understand my mental state. How wrong was I? I talked to Phil just over a week ago, and Phil's another one. He's been through his own depressive states, which I was surprised to hear, and he openly shared about his own story a little bit, and I found that was really helpful. It allowed me to sort of connect a little bit with him as a therapist. So it's always a good idea to try and connect with whoever it is that you're seeing as a therapist. Um, and
yeah,
as
I
Sarah's
totally
just said,
agree.
she's
And
saying,
and a lot of therapists, believe it or not, as you spoke to Phil, have actually been through it themselves.
yeah,
I've been through depressive episodes where I've got slip discs, L4, L5, and I'm recovering from that now, thankfully. But I did have very, very sad, dark moments where I couldn't even, when I had a flare up, I would be lying on the bed in tears, couldn't get
Yeah,
out of it. This pure pain, pure sorrow. And I get it. It's hard when you're like that, you know. But all I recommend is just try and have, even just, if you don't want to do the full 30 minutes, the full, well, like 1 hour, you can do a 30-minute consultation, which is free.
yeah,
So you could get a little bit of a feel of it before you actually do the real thing.
indeed. Let's try and
And
find.
it's not scary. It's not scary at all. It's just very relaxed. My sessions, you know, it's just getting to know you, really.
Yeah,
And a lot of my clients keep coming back all the time. Got lots of reviews, you know, 5-star. So they absolutely love. Can't keep coming back.
yeah. I've lost where I was up to. Bear with me just a second. Bum. Do. What's this one? Don, you just got your colostomy reversed and you learned to walk again. Well done, mate. Good effort. I'm pleased to hear that. Scroll past the trolling. Justin, bringing attention to the body is an ancient meditation practice. It is indeed. It is indeed. And it certainly does
Yeah,
help. So spending that little time focusing on a body part to feel that different sensation puts you in that moment.
yeah. That would put me on to the point of, even though I'm open to all religions, and I'm spiritual person, a lot of my stuff has got a little bit of temple Buddhist style things, so meditation and in the moment and mindfulness kind of practice,
Yeah.
but in a kind of modern style.
Okay. What else have we got? Luke, good morning. Shani, good morning. Matt, good morning. Sarah, good morning. You're going to
Morning.
be saying a lot of good mornings.
Morning.
Let's see what else we've got. Someday said, the past can't be changed, accept it and move forward. Talk about it. Definitely. I agree with that 100%. Someday. Never be silenced. What else have we
Yeah,
got?
it's more you bottle things up, and you more you kind of procrastinate either from the past or the future, that's where it causes the problem.
Definitely.
The better thing is actually to talk to someone,
Mason, good
non-judgmental.
morning. Has it just disappeared again? Every time a comment comes through, the comment I want disappears. I do apologise. Woody, would you say you could be so conditioned to depression you get used to it? I wouldn't say you get used to it. I think that it does become overwhelming, and you begin to think that it's who you are, because it literally does take over your mind. So yeah, it's a difficult thing to deal with.
Yeah, I would agree on that. It's very difficult when you're in that moment of the depression. It is hard, and with all any kind of mental health, it is hard. It's like change. You've been used to that certain way for a long time, and now you're changing.
Yeah,
And most people think it's going to be straight away. action. No, it's not going to just be on one session. You need to be consistent.
Yeah.
And turn up and just try, if it doesn't work, that's fine. You can just try and find, which is great on Lavender Therapy. If it doesn't work, you can find someone else. There's so many people. That's the great thing about it.
Definitely. What else have we got? Who silenced Mason? Oh dear. Yeah, Mason isn't the bad Mason. He's not the bad Mason. It's the other Mason that's the racist one. Let me just fix that one. Bum, bum, bum. Thank you, Sam. Nikki, good morning. Lovely to see you. Finn, good to see you. Finn? I think it might have been Luke, actually, not Finn. Can't find it now. I'm just getting used to these contact lenses, and it's really strange.
You're wearing contacts.
Yeah, okay. I started wearing them yesterday, so it's yeah, a bit strange.
Yeah, it takes time. I use contacts, but I used to use them a lot, but now I'm just more glasses. If I'm going swimming or go to the gym, I'd use contacts then.
Yeah. Accepting what you can't change can be a horrible habit to get into. I think that you have to accept what you can't change. It doesn't mean you have to let it rule you. I'm sure that I've missed some comments. If I have missed any of your questions or comments, please do put them into the chat again.
Yeah.
I am trying to keep up.
Yeah, on that point as well. That's okay. Yeah. It's also control. A lot of people don't realize the thing of control, that they need to have control. That's a lot in anxiety, that things when it changes, or you've got a set kind of thing that you're doing, you're going out on a date and then someone changes that plan, a lot of people get anxiety about that it's kind of that change. But then you would use different things that I do in my sessions, for instance, you'd use stop tool. I'd really like to go through that with you guys. So it's a simple tool that regulates like the nervous system, and you make you feel more grounded. So in that moment when you're getting them spiraling thoughts, and then maybe you're feeling tight on your chest or stomach feeling tight, or your throat might clam up. Okay, you pause in that moment. Instead of running off, fight or flight, you sit in that moment just for 5 or 10 minutes initially, just to see how that feels. And then next time you do more and more and more. And then you take a breath, breathe in, and then breathe out. Then you observe your thought. I call it like a detective. You're a detective of your mind. So what thoughts are coming up? Why am I feeling like this? What is my body feeling right now? What's happening around me? Okay. And then P for process. You process it. You either carry on that conversation, you're feeling okay with that anxiety, or you step back. You might be in a conversation and you can't quite answer it because the anxiety or anger or anything that's popping up for you. You step away. You might have a cup of tea. I'll be back in a moment and I'll answer that question. Half an hour and I'll be back.
Yeah. So
if you go through this process and do this on a consistent basis, this will help.
Definitely. Where are we? Rob, what's it like to be 49? It's about to change. It's about to change. Why are people so rude? They can't help it, mate. They can't help it. You can't go long distance because of your anxiety. Sam, what I would say is one step at a time. So small steps. Increase the distance that you go each time. If you go somewhere and you do become overwhelmed, you've gone a step too far. Step back. It's as simple as that. Just keep doing it. It's exposure, basically. It's exposure therapy. So the further you go, the more you're going to feel that. And again, if you go too far, you're going to know you've gone too far. You're going to feel that anxiety coming up. And you're instantly just going to start to think, oh my God, what have I done? Just take the step back. You know how far you can go. Just keep pushing a little bit at a time, I would suggest.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Rob. And I've got a few clients that have that travel anxiety, even going to hospitals or anxious about going there as well, appointments or doctor's appointments, checking your blood pressure and things like that. Yeah, it's not easy, but you need to do it slowly,
Yeah.
gradually. And also having meditations, I'll put you in a meditational state as well, and put you through a situation like that in your mind, so you become more like relaxed, and when it actually happens in reality, it seems not so much like anxiety or that you'd go through in that
Yeah.
moment.
Not quite so overwhelming. Yeef, good
Yeah,
morning.
that's it. Not so overwhelming.
Good to see you. Am I up to date with the comments? Yep, I believe I've caught up with comments. You get very anxious about medical appointments. Me too, Becky. Medical appointments are the worst ones for me. I hate having to go into the hospital for anything. Bless you.
Thank you.
um, it's horrible because, as you all know, I don't do people very well, which has changed massively over the last few days. What's the lady called? Sam, this is Sarah. Things have changed massively over the last few weeks. Sorry, not last few days. I actually went into a supermarket the day before yesterday. I went into the opticians on my own. Just silly things that I wouldn't normally do. I've been doing. I've been pushing forward, and I feel so much better for the fact that I'm doing these things. So
Well
if
done,
you
you.
know, if you feel anxious about going into the hospital or whatever, just take that time to sort of focus on what you're doing, the reasons you're doing it, and not focus on the people that are around you if it is the social anxiety that is the problem.
Yeah,
Bum, bum,
definitely.
bum. You need an operation, but you physically can't. Can I ask why, Becky? Is it the social anxiety? Is it the anxiety of actually going into the hospital? Never would have taken me as an anxious person. Nick, if you go back and watch one of my very first live streams, just watch 10 minutes of it and then watch one of my current ones, you'll see a massive, massive difference. There's many reasons. If it's something that you need to do, Becky, Luke, how you doing, mate? Do I believe in divine intervention? I'll come back to you, Luke. You overthink a lot. Me too, mate. It's something that you need to do. If it's something that you need to do, you've got to try and get your mind around how you're going to do it. So instead of thinking exactly that, I can't, try and think about how can I? How can I figure out a way of moving forward and doing the things that I need to do? I'll leave that one in your hands for a minute, Sarah.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, instead of thinking negative thoughts, I can't try and replace it with a positive. This is what the anxiety is trying to do. I always say this: anxiety, to a certain extent, is good. It's a good thing to have anxiety, but when it gets overwhelming and you can't control it and you can't manage it, that's when it becomes like a blanket. It suffocates you. It's just like completely covering you and you can't get out. Yeah, and that point is that's the point when you start needing to like look for help, But with that same thing, still just to keep your mindset more kind of change it. I can't, so I can, and expose yourself in certain things just for a few minutes. It's basically protecting you. The anxiety is trying to protect you.
Yeah. I think one, I'm going to die. Two, I might go blind because it's near your eyes. It's a scary idea, Becky. It is a scary idea. It's a scary thing to have to face. I don't know the actual operation that you need, but yes, I can imagine that is exactly what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I would be thinking the same. 100%.
Yeah, that would be very scary, to be honest. It is scary if it's going to be near your eye. Any kind of going under the knife, as you say, would be a scary experience. But that's where kind of meditation or hypnotherapy as well, that you can do that before, and to get you comfortable in that state, going to the hospital.
Yeah. It may be worth looking at hypnotherapy for you, Becky. I think that could possibly help.
Yeah, I also do that, like part kind of hypnotherapy. I got trained as well with Phil with the hypnotherapy and the meditation, which I've done before.
Nasal polyps. That's exactly why I have the nasal spray that I use. You've probably seen me use it. I've got the same thing up here, so I get that one as well. It's crazy, isn't it? I said that I'd come back to somebody who was at Luke. Do I believe in divine intervention, and where would I stand on that? Divine intervention. I don't know if I do. As you know, I don't do religion. Religion's something that I like to learn about, but not something that I like to bring into the channel. Divine intervention. To be honest, if I was to believe in that, I think I would have to believe in God and all that sort of thing. And I genuinely don't. I genuinely don't.
I can kind of say from this point of view. I mean, for me, what I am, my background in religion is my dad is Church of England, my mum's Catholic, and there I am. I'm Buddhist. But I've gone Buddhist way because it was more. I enjoyed the meditation and mindfulness aspect to it. So
Yeah.
I'd say I'm more spiritual, but I'm very much open to all religions as well. But even if you're not a religious person, I always mention this. I'm sure you're still believe in things. For instance, if you have an animal, you believe in them, they can have some spiritual aspect to that. Or if you do gardening, you may like specific flower or tree, you can be with that.
Yeah.
Instead, if you don't specifically like want to do religious or spiritual, you can be with that.
Definitely. I'd much rather put my faith in a dog.
That's fine. Yeah, I've got two. I've got
Yeah.
Budgie. I've got a pet, Budgie.
Yeah. Pets are helpful. They do
They
take your
are.
mind off things.
Yeah.
Nick, I used to feel so watched in public, I would walk awkwardly. The harder I tried to relax and walk normal, the more awkward I got, overthinking each step. Anyone else had that? I've been stood in a supermarket next to a coffee machine like this, panicking because I thought everybody was looking at me. So it's not nice. It's not a nice feeling. I
Yeah,
was freaking out, and it took my wife to come over and guide me away from the coffee machine for me to start to relax again.
yeah, I would like to add on to that. To have a few clients that, and I know from experience that actually that could be something potentially, yeah, it's going on right now. There's something going on. Maybe someone's looking at you. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're actually looking behind you. Okay. And also it may be something, not necessarily what's going on now. It may be a trauma or something from your past, why that's
Yeah,
happening now. A lot of the time it's something from the past, yeah, bullying or something that you may not be quite aware of. And again, that's where I come in and talk about that
yeah,
specific area in a gentle way. If you want to talk about it, I never push my client. It's client led. Okay, I may ask a few questions, may ask to do things, but I always ask, if you don't want to answer the question, you don't have to. If we don't want to do the tool, you don't have to do anything. There's no pressure. It's very
yeah.
flexible, very open.
Brilliant. Yime, good morning. Pulled another all-nighter so that you could be here. You're an hour late, Yime. An hour late. You were just curious. That's okay, Luke. Just started watching Sopranos. Sarah Jane is reminding me of the therapist in it. Okay, I've not seen the Sopranos. I couldn't comment on that.
No, I haven't seen much of it either. I'll have to have a look later.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, I agree. VK, good morning. So, do we have any more questions? We're an hour in. We have 30 likes, which is terrible, by the way. Smash the like. It's free. It costs you nothing. 18 people in the chat right now. Get in the comments and let's have some more questions. Chat has been a little bit quiet today, although I've still struggled to keep up. It's hard to look through the comments and have a conversation at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Never had any problems like
Definitely.
that until 27. Don't know what triggered it, but trying to think, where are we can make it worse. Overthinking will make it worse. Yes, definitely. Have you any advice for HRT, hormone replacement therapy?
Got
I can't
overthinking.
comment on that. I can't comment on HRT. I don't know anything about it. Perplexed. This is Sarah. Sarah is
HRT
a life coach from Lavender Therapy.
and couples coach as well.
And
Deal
couples coach as
with
well. There you
couples
go.
as well to help couples in helping with them clear communication. Use communication things to help clear communication. Yeah.
Oh dear, Yime. That is not good. When should women begin taking HRT? I don't know, Jack. As I said, I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything about HRT really. My wife is
Yeah.
menopausal, so she's got HRT patches, but I don't know when is the right time. It's not something I can comment on.
I'm also not too aware of that area as well. So
Woody, is traumatic intelligence, is it an actual thing? I don't know. Traumatic intelligence.
Traumatic intelligence. Tell me a bit more about that.
Yeah, I've never heard of traumatic intelligence, to be honest, because I'm not very intelligent. I can be a bit traumatic at times, but I'm definitely not intelligent. Let's see. 17 in the chat. We're at 32 likes. Smash the like, guys.
Yeah. Likes, please.
Sarah said, think when we have anxiety, etc., we are definitely more switched on. Is that what you're talking about? Traumatic? Is that what you mean by traumatic intelligence, being more switched on when anxiety hits, with overthinking and things like that? Luke, look
Yeah,
after yourself, mate.
agree.
If you can sort through the symptoms. He was from England. Okay. Yaim, I'll come back to that in a second. So, yeah, with that in mind, what you said, Woody, about traumatic intelligence, and obviously with Sarah's comment, now I get where you're coming from. And I would say definitely anxiety does make you more hyper aware of things that are going on. So
Yeah,
I'd say definitely.
agree with that.
Mm,
Hyper aware, hypersensitive as well. Depends also if you're neurodiverse as well. That also comes into play with that. If you're very sensitive, or you might be something called an empath as well.
yeah,
Anyone's heard of that before? Where you're a highly sensitive person. I know I am. I'm an empath, and I'm very aware of people and thoughts,
yeah,
sensations around me. But it can be draining. It's like good thing. Empath is a good thing. It's like it's good that you're more aware and more sensitive to different things. But on the other hand, you have to protect yourself from being overwhelmed. By the end of the week, you may feel absolutely drained by too much, maybe social, too much interaction, too much talking. That's where you do some kind of protections, which I also do in my sessions as well.
another
Protection and
question.
grounding. So ground, protect, ground, cleanse, protect.
Yeah. Jeff Farnham, legitimate question. I'm trying to taper from prescribed benzos. I'm having a very difficult time. Do you guys know anything about that? I truly believe the medicine has gone paradoxical. So what I would say is, if you are trying to come off any medication, do so with the help of your doctor. Do not try and do it alone. All it could do is make things worse. There could be side effects. There could be any different types of problems that come with that. So definitely go through your doctor if you are going to come off any medication whatsoever.
Yeah, I totally agree. A lot of people ask for advice about that, going medicines or off medicines, but I'm a coach, therapist. I'm not a doctor, so I will
Yeah,
always recommend you go to the doctor if you need to change medicine, or even if you do have anxiety or depression and you need to seek out more help.
yeah,
You need to go on some sort of tablet to help that lower that, and that will actually make me understand it's helping you, and then that lowers that down, and then we can deal with something else then.
yeah, definitely. Yaim said she took herbs and drank soy milk. Did it help,
Okay.
Yaim? I know there are natural remedies for different things. Something that I would like to look into, to be honest, the different natural remedies. It's something that
Oh
I'd be
yeah,
quite interested in.
me too. I love natural stuff.
I just don't know enough about it to try anything yet.
Well,
I
I could
know
say things
mushrooms
that
are
I
one
know.
thing.
Yeah, things that I
Yeah,
know.
please do.
For instance, coffee, come off coffee because it gives you, for me, that's what I did, come off coffee because it gives you too much of a high and then you drop. So you can have green tea instead, or decaffeinated green tea. It's a much more kind of calmer, steady instead.
Yeah. What else have we got? I'm going to ignore that one. Nikki said, my anxiety and depression has worsened as I've got older. Mine too. I used to cope with it quite well. I could function. I could go to work. I could work hard. As long as I was busy, I was fine. But since I closed my company down and I stopped working, I noticed that the decline got worse. As the longer I was away from work, the worse I became. And it was blatantly obvious that my mental state was declining.
Mm.
And now I feel very old because I'm about to turn half a century. That's you down to tea. I think I might have missed some comments.
I think it's all in the mind though. With what you're saying, you feel old. I always feel when you say you're old, you look old. So I've got a thing of like not kind of saying that, and then having a young outlook as well.
Yeah.
The way you look at it, you can have a
Oh,
young mind, a young soul.
I I feel old. I'm physically old. I do feel it.
Yeah,
It's not good for me. Where was I up to? Tom, that's a good question, actually. Tom Knowles, do you feel a man gains the most therapy when he's talking to another man? Possibly, possibly. I tend not to look at people in that way. I don't look at people as men, women. People are people for me. I don't care whether
yeah,
they're male or female. But it could be different for different people. I think that women will get more out of therapy with a woman than they would out of therapy with a man, depending on what their situation is.
yeah,
But for men,
yeah.
I don't think so.
I kind of slightly different approach on this. So I've got a lot of guys that do come to me because they want to see
Yeah,
what a woman's point of view is
right.
within potentially a relationship, why my girlfriend, wife speaks like this, why does she, retreat and need to have more
Yeah,
time to think, let's say. Okay. And
yeah,
then it'll come from my point of view as a woman, is actually we do like to have time on our own. And we like to have more, you could say a bit more, a little bit isolated, but like have some time on our own, gather our thoughts, and then when we're done,
yeah,
we'll come back. But a lot of the
yeah,
time, some guys need to see that from a woman's point of view.
yeah. See
That's how I find.
next one.
But also, women like to talk to men as well.
Yeah.
The opposite sex, it does work.
I think you
It's
feel,
just you just got to try it, either way. Either just try what it's like with a woman, what's it like with a man, and then you'll find the person that suits you most.
yeah.
Because I've tried both. I've tried women and men
Yeah.
in therapy, counselling, coaching.
Tree
Both is
stand, good
equally as good.
morning. Bum, 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 bum. My depression, stress really just gets worse, it seems. I feel like I'm always trying to find ways to ignore because I don't like the meds. Okay. So I would say don't ignore. Ignoring it is only going to allow it to build up. The more you push it back, the worse it's going to seem. And that could be why you feel the way you feel. Don't ignore it. Don't push it back. Try and face each thing one at a
Yeah,
time. Don't try and face everything at the same time because it's never ever going to work. But one at a time, think about that thing, think about that problem, and try and come up with some sort of solution. Even if you can't repair whatever that issue is, whether it be mentally, whether it be physically, whether it be debt or whatever it is, even if you can't fix it, you're facing it. And I think that's a important key for that.
yeah, I agree. Definitely don't run away from it, fight or flight, don't bottle it up. That's when it gets worse. That's why I use the stop tool, what I was saying to you about before. Instead of kind of running away from it, distracting yourself from it, actually sit in it for a bit. I'm not talking about hurting yourself, sitting in it, just like gradually 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you get used to it. And then you have a breath, breathe in and then breathe out. Then observe your thoughts. What's going on?
Yeah.
Question yourself. Why am I having this? What's going on right now? And then process. What would be the helpful next step now? Would it be carrying on the conversation, or have I still got the anxiety? It's not good to have, a conversation carrying on having anxiety. So step away, step back, and then
Yeah.
come back, answer that question, answer what they say.
Where are we? Yime. The symptoms from my TBI have worsened with age. I read that's to be expected. I can imagine it would be. Where are we? Apologies. I thought that
No worries.
watching this and stopping it in a specific place would work, but no, it's not. There we go. Woody said, "Stop coffee." No. Love to paint. Nikki said, "I've always felt Rob's channel has helped me not feel alone with my mental illness." I'm glad to hear that, Nick. I'm very glad to hear that. And I think what does help as well is the fact that I've been so open. I don't behave like a therapist in any way. I am what I am. I swear, I curse, I act a dick. I am what I am. I don't try and be
Yeah,
something that I'm not. And I think because I've worked in construction all my life, I've always been on site, and everybody swears at each other, and everybody calls each other names, and everyone takes the piss out of each other. And I think the fact that I can be me without trying to put on this persona, I think that's a massive help for a lot of people that come to the channel.
yeah, Agree.
When you're in a position of being a therapist, I think you have to act more professional. You have to be more normal. I'll never be normal, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm also, I would put myself in that. I'll never be normal. What is normal? What is normal?
certainly not us.
But I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, but you
More
have to put kind of
professional.
a professional outlook. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, because you're
Um,
dealing with mental
and
health.
I'm not very good at that. Yeah.
But I
What else
also
we
do
got?
it in a different way where it's more relaxed. It's not completely tense. It's an open space. I let it lead
Yeah.
by you, not me, as well. Anytime you want to stop
Uh,
or not answer anything, you're welcome to do so. I don't judge.
Jeff, you are very welcome. Jeff said, yes, I agree. I'm on diazepam now for sleep and anxiety. I'm just trying to taper down daily. I think daily might be a little bit too fast. Maybe, again, speak to your doctor and
Yeah.
do it over a longer period of time, especially with diazepam. My dad was on them for many, many years, and there are a lot of side effects from being on them and a lot of side effects from coming off them. So be very, very careful. Sarah said, we're not old. We are, we are work in progress.
Yes. Love that.
Yaim said, I couldn't tell if what I did helped or not. My hot flashes brought me to my knees. Okay. I wasn't grouchy, but they messed with my sleep and I was absolutely miserable. Yaim, are you actually using HRT at the moment? The ones that Leanne uses are they're patches, and because of the condition that Leanne has, sorry, Sarah, Leanne's my wife. Because of the condition
Yes.
that she has a freak gene that causes her body to produce tumors. So she was
Okay.
told she had to be very careful with what she could use due to the risks of breast cancer and so on. But there are
Okay.
some available that are less risky than others.
Okay.
Have I ever thought about getting TRT? What is TRT, Nick? Testosterone replacement therapy? I don't want to replace testosterone like that. No, I haven't thought about that. The reason people go bald is because they got too much testosterone. That's probably why I'm bald. Tom, thanks for doing my question. You're very welcome, Tom. Mind and spirit will never be old. Physical body wore out before it was time. Someday says stand up. Year of the Fire
Stand up.
Horse. Good morning. Bah, 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 bah. What else have we got? Stop it. What am I doing? Why are you telling me to stop it someday?
You can, if you want, you can
Young
also
said
go
I am.
through, Rob, some of what I do in my spare time. You want to go through that,
Yes,
like my hobbies and
that
things
is
like
something
that?
that I wanted to touch on.
Yeah. Do you want to
So
do that now or
many of
later on?
us, yeah, let's. Many of
Okay.
us suffer from depression and anxiety where we are quite artistic, we're creative people. As you all know, I like to do a little bit of carving or making things or working on my Land Rover.
Yeah.
Sarah is also a creative person. She also does artwork. And I believe, Sarah, you have a bit of your artwork there that you'd like to share just to show
Yes.
that you can do
Yeah,
a
I
little bit
do have
of
lots of
art to
different
help your mental
artworks.
health.
Um, I'll have to start off with, so I did a course with pastel pencils. These are the ones that I'm so proud of, like what I've done. I've done oils as well, but I've got this pretty cat. That was for a client, this one, pastel pencil. There you go.
Nice.
That one. These are my budgies. One passed away though very recently. So Tweety and Blue. Blue's still with us, but Tweety has passed away, fortunately, to health condition,
Bless.
breathing condition, unfortunately. Yeah, couple of months ago, Miss Tweety. Can I show you some more?
Welcome back, Craig.
So many different ones. Okay.
They are indeed
Right.
pretty cool.
Oil.
I got
Now
to
the
admit.
oil. My oil painting. This was one of the first like oil painting that I done. This one, little heron, like heron. That's oil painting. Oil. Another one we've got in the garden. Some flowers. This one, a year ago I did it, and I went to a beautiful field that had lots of sunflowers in it.
That's lovely.
And it was quite a stormy, kind of cloudy day as well, so I'll put that in the background. What else have I got? I've got this one where I've got this is like the Surrey Hills, but I've put some like kind of different aspects like a rainbow into it. That one, I've got Mark there. And this one of my favourites as well. So I often go holiday to Greece, and that was one that I've done. Again, that's oil.
How do you find that it helps you when you sort of spend that bit of time doing something that you enjoy?
How does it help me? It's kind of like mindfulness. You keep your mind onto something, a hobby, and it's very relaxing, and it's a way of expressing myself that words can't put into words, basically.
Yeah.
So instead of wording it,
Definitely
you put it
helps
out
me with my
onto
mental health.
the art. Yeah. Let's have a look at my other bits. So let's have a look. Yeah. There you go. There's a seagull. I've done in watercolours. It's one of my favourite. And that's the Sarah Jane
Yeah.
April 6. I've got my Instagram there as well. I've done some fun different stuff. I've done some Christmas parts, different Christmas things as well there on that.
Woody said the same. He paints and draws for the same reason, a bit of escape.
Yeah, that's it. And I love painting in autumn. I love painting like leaves.
Yeah.
Like different colour leaves.
Woody is fantastic. He likes to do artwork as well. So some of
Wonderful.
the sketches and stuff that Woody would turn in is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that's like some of my sketching. So some flowers there, just so you can see it's from the sketch. Yeah, I love all kind of stuff, you know. And these are one of my favourites as well. These ones, so watercolours. I love like the seaside kind of landscapes.
Yeah.
That's another one that I did as well. That kind of thing.
Nikki said that she loved to paint. 81 is Nikki. She said she goes right into painting, or she plays with spiders. Spiders! Burn them with fire. Burn them with fire. Do you know, it's really
Um,
funny because I've found an interest in them recently, which is kind of weird.
You've been what? Sorry.
I've found a little bit of interest in spiders recently, and
Okay.
I blame Ricky for that.
Okay.
Do I
I do
think
find
people
them
that suffer
interesting
are
as well.
creative? Definitely, Craig.
Yeah. Especially in the winter,
Yeah,
like when they start coming out, and then you see different ones, different colours, kind of,
yeah,
and their webs as well. Yeah, definitely. I agree. But also that I do it in my spare time, but I also do this with my clients. So I first session we usually do with the art is art coaching. So I would use a thing called a mandala. So mandalas originate from India, and
yeah,
they are actually kind of meditative. That's how I find. That's why I really like it, because it is actually a meditative form. When you're anytime you're like absorbed into that specific project, and you kind of get lost in that kind of space and relax.
yeah,
Yeah, and you colour this in. So we colour this in together. I do it for children and adults. You don't have to be artistic at all. It's just about being in that moment, about like being creative and kind of expressing your emotions. So we'll do it in different colours. So there's another one there that I can show you, the kind of shiny one there. So with different
yeah,
colours. So if you do the lighter colours, they tend to be more like yellow, orange, pinks, light blue. That would be more happy and positive emotion. And the darker
yeah,
colour, like grey, black, dark purple, dark blue, these kind of, that's more like thoughts that you can't express, or negative thoughts. So it's not necessary that you know, with me, that you have to express your emotions or you have to talk to me. We can actually do it via art as well, because there's a lot of people out there that actually find it very hard to express their emotions as well verbally. So I will do this, and then we'll do other things. We'll do emotional landscape as well.
yeah.
Each week there's like basically a whole like 6 weeks, 12 weeks, where we'll do a session together with art.
Brilliant.
Like a like program.
I understand the different colours are good for expressing the way you're feeling. If you're feeling
Yeah.
low, you'll tend to use darker colours. If you're feeling happier, you'll use brighter colours.
Yes, that's it.
We've got a question from Craig. Craig said, "Do you think people who suffer are creative?" I think there's a definite link.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. But yeah, there is a lot. You know, Van Dyke, one of my favorite you know, artists. Yeah, they do, you know, because they're absorbed in this specific thing, and it's a like an escape for a lot of people
Yeah,
from the real world. So yeah, I do agree that to a certain aspect. Yeah,
yeah, I agree with that.
but I think that's with all
Shani said that
people,
her mum loves to do
even
mandalas.
other areas as well. Singers, that's any kind of creative
Yeah,
outlet um, is by singing. You know, like Amy Winehouse, for instance, she was singing, but you could actually feel things in her voice. You know what she was saying, what she was going
yeah,
through. You know, it's a
definitely.
way to express yourself in a different way.
And what else have we got? Art therapy helps with building new neurological pathways. Yes, it does, definitely. Woody asks, do you sell your artwork?
Yes, I was doing that on my website, but it's something that I could consider again doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Van Gogh did cut off his own ear.
Yeah, but I absolutely love him. I love his artwork, you know. That's one of the
Yeah,
sunflower ones that I've done. I absolutely love it.
he's amazing.
Yeah, very unusual, very
Blah, blah, blah.
stuff that he does for sure.
Yeah. Playing a musical instrument helps greatly with depression. I can't play
Oh,
any instruments.
yes.
I'm rubbish.
I could literally do that right now. I didn't mention that. That's another thing that I do. If the client doesn't like meditation, okay, or hypnotherapy, I actually do music.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I've got singing bowls, 2 different singing bowls as well. If you
Cool.
like, I can do a little bit of that now. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. And
I don't know if we would, but we can give it a go.
yeah.
It won't
Okay,
hurt.
I can try it. Yeah, I've just got it in the background now. So I'll just show you the different bowls I've got. So I've got a smaller one, and I've got a really big one. Oh, I got that one for my birthday. That one. But I'll do the smaller one first.
So you
Okay.
go around the rim of those, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. So these
Yeah.
are originally from Nepal, the traditional bowls, but you can see, for instance, like there's a lot of it going on in YouTube, and you have the crystal bowls as well. Mainly, a lot of people have, but this is like the traditional ones.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah, we can hear that quite well, actually.
Can you hear it? Yeah. So this is another form of grounding, relaxing. Just listening to the sound.
Yeah. I've seen it with others as well. The really big ones and so on.
Yeah. This is my bigger one. If you want to hear this one, this is the bigger. Yeah. So they're my singing bowls.
Cool.
If you don't like
What
meditation,
other
if you
questions have we
prefer
got?
music.
Jess said, can artistic self-expression be useful even when it's not shared with others? Yes, definitely. 100% yes, I would say. Because self-expression isn't about what other people think. It's about yourself. You're doing it for you. You're not doing it for other
Yeah,
people. So I'd
I
say, yeah,
totally agree.
definitely.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's down to the individual. It's your creative expression. You can do it just for you. You don't have to
Yeah,
show everybody what you're doing. It's your hobby. Highly recommend just, having a hobby, creative outlet, whatever you do. It is really, really good for your mental health, having a hobby.
yeah.
If you don't have
Ba,
a
ba, ba,
hobby,
ba,
that's when
ba.
it does tend to start causing problems
Mm.
for that.
Tree stand. I understand that being in the woods helps me gather my thoughts and really think about things. I only have time to go in the fall, but noticed after those 3 months, I'm happy again.
Yeah, it's grounding.
It does help to get out. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. Just by laying, in the park or even hugging trees, that's another kind of subject. But you can hug trees as well, get off good energy. talk to them about your problems as well.
Definitely, yeah.
The trees speak in their own way.
They do. On that note, tree stand. If you find that you don't have the time to get out in the woods and get on to that sort of feeling, you can do so in your own garden. Take your shoes and socks off, go out in the garden, feel the grass on your feet, between your toes. It does give you a little bit of peace. You may find it helpful to do that even at night time before you go to bed. Just go out into the garden, just walk round on the grass and concentrate on that feeling. Just enjoy being outside and feeling that sort of that moment. You may find it really helpful, especially in the time that you can't get out and go in the woods like you'd like to. 46 likes. We can do better than that, guys. We've got 25 minutes left. We need to be way higher than 46. The aim is 69, the best number in the world. I always aim for 69. I'm not going to explain why. That's the aim, 69.
Okay.
Da, da, da. Rebecca, good morning. Lovely to see you. You failed to do it yesterday. How have you found it, Rebecca? Getting out in the garden and just doing that little walk around in the garden. Has it been helpful for you?
Yeah, I was also, if you like gardening, that is really also very grounding, what you were saying about walking around in the garden barefoot on the
Yeah,
grass, but also touching the soil, putting it in your hands and feeling it, and it goes underneath your nails. That's why, when the gardeners, they're very grounded with the soil.
yeah. There's
That's
also
also a nice one, just to have that soil on the hands or the fingers.
there's bacteria in the soil that helps your body to release serotonin. So that's another reason that's helpful.
Yeah,
Definitely something it's good for you if you can.
yeah,
It helps a bit. Helps help reconnect with the love I once had for my garden. That's really good, Rebecca. And I hope that you're going to continue to do that and get out there and do little bits. Craig
yeah.
said, here's a question. If someone doesn't suffer with anything, depression or anxiety in that respect, how is the best way for them to support others that do? I would say to listen. I would say listen and be there. Be there to give the support, and I think that is a massive thing. Giving somebody an outlet is definitely the best way that you can support someone. So for example, when you're messaging with your best friend, and you know that they're going through something, but they're not talking about it, you can say, I know that this is bothering you. Would you like to open up and talk about it? Woody, thank you for being here. Take care, my friend. I
Yeah,
think
I
that's
totally agree with
the
you.
best advice on you. Okay.
Yeah, I agree as well. The same thing, listening, just being there, just listening to what they're saying, being non-judgmental as well. They just want someone
Yeah,
to hear them out
definitely. Tree
as a
stand,
friend.
thank you for being here, mate. Take care, buddy. Drive safe as always. Claire said, good question, Craig. Same boat. Do we have any more questions for Sarah today? Do we have any more questions? No.
No.
There we go. Do most of the meditations for depression focus on sustained, intense, single pointed focus?
Interesting question. No, not necessarily. No. I my first meditation would be, with anything, is a body scan meditation. So I don't know if you're aware of it, Rob, or anyone else is watching, but we'll go into a relaxing state, either if you want to lie on your bed or sit down, and we would open like our chakra here as well, bring in beautiful white light. We're also being more aware of our body, so body parts, if they're feeling pain, if they're feeling happiness, or sorrow, depression, anxiety, we're spotting that. So in the forehead, the jaw, the neck, the chest, the stomach, all the way down to our feet, becoming aware of how we're feeling. So no, it's not necessarily that. We can do other forms. Do more visual things. It can be visual things. I can do meditation into different forms, different areas. If there's something specific that you want to talk about, you want to go into, I may put affirmations in the meditation. I may put EDFT, which I really enjoy doing. I haven't mentioned yet. So EDFT is emotional freedom technique. Okay, you may again have seen all of this on YouTube. Basically, it's like tapping the body, different temple positions. So like here, and we do a little bit of breathing, and then under the nose, chin, collarbone. And you could do an affirmation with this, for instance, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. This kind of thing. Or we've got butterfly technique as well. It's very similar, which is great for sleep. EDFT tapping. So tap our forearms.
Yeah.
A lot of people like that one.
I'm guessing from that it's the sensation that helps people move forward with things then.
Yeah, it's the sensation, it's the grounding, it's the clarity that you're not getting when you've got that kind of anxiety or depression. It brings you into more of a grounded, more clear-minded.
Yeah. I've got a couple of questions. So Jess asked, any advice for a caregiver who lives with the one that they care for because she gets frustrated?
I would recommend 4-4-4 breathing with frustration.
4-4-4 would be in for 4,
in for 4, hold for 4, and breathe out for 4. Box breathing. Yeah. For frustration. Regulate your breathing and feel more settled.
Yeah.
Overall. And also, because you're a carer and you're around that, I used to do caring, by the way, as a part-time job. So I understand that. But living in must be very hard. But taking some time out for yourself, even though you are caring for someone else, give yourself time to do either 4-4-4 breathing or listen to some meditation, YouTube. Look after yourself. If you don't look after yourself, you won't be able to look after others.
I know it's not for a lot of people, but there's many people that find ASMR can help with that. So having, and I don't mean just when people are making silly noises down a microphone, I mean genuine ASMR, specific sounds, specific tones, and so on. It can be helpful to just ease your mind a little when you are becoming frustrated. Good question from Claire. Sarah, when people around me I try sometimes, but they drag myself down. Don't want them to know how to deal with that.
Okay, so they're dragging you down and they're making like negative comments to you. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, acknowledge what's going on. I would definitely use in that moment, acknowledge it, stop, breathe. And if you do want to carry on the conversation, carry on. But if you're not happy to be there, just mention it, you know, this is not acceptable to speak to me like this. Shout it out, you know. A lot of these people, bullies and that, they don't like it when you stand up to people.
Yeah.
You know, or walk away, or even call for some help if it really is bad.
Yeah.
Or have some therapy,
Definitely.
have some coaching, talk to me, and I'll give you a lot of advice on that.
Brilliant. Welcome, Denny. Good to see you, mate. 73% of people have said yes, they have smashed the like. Smash that like it's your best friend, sister. Do it. Costs you nothing. It's free. Do we have any more questions from the chat?
We're nearly 50. Oh, it just turned 50. Woo!
There we go. That's 50. We're aiming for 69. We need 19
60.
more, and we've got
Okay.
14 minutes to go.
Come on, guys.
Nikki, thank you, Nikki. 69, 69, 69, 69. That's how many we need. Have a lovely day at work, Nikki. Da, 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 da.
69.
Shani said, I once learned a technique called One Brain, 3-in-1 concepts, focuses on the connection between the body's connection to the subconscious. Interesting.
I'd like to learn a bit more about that. Interesting.
Claire said, no, they're depressed and I listen to them, and I'm not depressed, but they drag me down.
Okay. Okay, so in that case, they drag you down. So if they're depressed, at the end of the day, we can't change anybody. If we can try to express that we want to help this specific person, okay, that they're having depression, but if they're not willing for you to help them, or not willing to go out for help, therapy, coaching, counseling, that's kind of down to them, and you can't really do anything about that. They have to change. They have to be willing to change.
Yeah.
It's like
definitely.
that with anything. That goes down with anything, like, you know, drugs, alcohol, anxiety, depression. And not until that person wants to change, then that can happen. But you can't force it on that person if they don't want to.
No, definitely
It's got
not.
to be
Rebecca
them
said,
that
I
wants
think
to do
helping
it.
support people comes with balance. It definitely does come with a balance.
Yeah.
You need to be able to shut off at a specific point for you, and not let that become overwhelming for you. And I really feel it for my wife, because she puts up with me when I'm in a bad way. And sometimes she can't understand a lot of the things that go on in my mind, the way my brain works. She does her best. She really does. And she's been absolutely fantastic. But there becomes a point, because she's a carer as well, where she needs to cut off from what she does and be herself. And she doesn't get that time. And I wish that she did. But yeah, definitely there's got to be some sort of balance, because it
Yeah.
can become overwhelming.
You've got to have
So
some
even if
balance.
you
You
don't
can't
suffer with
just
depression and anxiety, it can, yeah. We forget ourselves sometimes when supporting. Finding time for yourself is important. Exactly that, Rebecca. It is very important. There's 3 squirrels on your neighbour's roof. They're running around playing like crazy, and I swear 2 of them gave each other a hug. You've had to learn to set boundaries in your caring situation. You want to do everything for them, but you have to be aware of your own limitations. Exactly that. You do have to be aware of your limitations.
Yeah. Set boundaries, saying no. Saying no is not a bad thing. Self-care is not a bad thing. It's good. You're pouring back into your own cup, looking after yourself, self-love. If you're not looking after yourself, then you can't look after others.
Exactly that. Claire said, I've hit rock bottom, so I feel what they're going through. I feel obligated to do the same. Okay. I mean, when you get low and you know that you've got to face these issues, it's really difficult because you know that somebody else is going through it, and you automatically try and be strong for that other person. And it's really difficult sometimes. And yeah, Rebecca, it can indeed be very tricky. You've got to be able to take that time out for your own mental health. You're no help to other people if your mental health is degrading.
Yeah, there are
Good
some
morning.
things. Right, I wanted to just show you something on that point about self-care and compassion. One of the other things is like I do these like heart as well. It's like heart. So, and then we put all the things that associate with self-care and compassion. So what I've put there is health, kindness, bath, shower, nap, sleeping, water, I am, affirmations, love, river, sea, going for a walk, looking after my body, food, drink, and at time it was car boot sales as well. So yeah, that's one of the things I was doing a lot. So that's a really
One of the
nice thing.
simplest things. Okay. Yeah, really good idea.
In the art sessions that I do as well.
It's okay to ask for help even when you're the caregiver. 100% it is.
Yeah.
100% it is. I draw pictures of you. No, I do not, Mason. Mason, I did unhide you earlier, and I changed the time out to 10 seconds. Apologies. I believe that Sam thought that you was the other Mason, the racist Mason. But you're all good now, mate. We're running out of time. We've got 5 minutes to go. Do we have any more questions before we bring it to a close today? Any more questions? Rebecca, yes, do please be very careful. Do be very careful. Make sure you get that little bit of time for you. As we've discussed in the last few days, just ground yourself. Make sure that you spend that little bit of time for you to be able to focus your own thoughts. I think that's very important.
Yeah. Also, I thought I'd mention as well, before we're going, just if you can leave the link for the Lavender Therapy and you can get straight to me, Sarah Jane Newman, and also the prices are for singles. If you're single, client, it's only £40. And if you wanted to do a couples, it's £48 as well. Will be 1 hour, and usually I do it on Google Meets, or very conveniently WhatsApp video we can do as well.
Brilliant.
And if you're
The
even
link is
interested,
actually
just
in.
yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
the link is actually in the live description below. So
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
and remember, today is sponsored by Lavender Therapy, and it doesn't matter what it is that you're requiring, whether it be relationship counselling, whether it be a life coach, trauma therapy, depression counselling, anxiety counselling,
Anxiety.
hypnotherapy. Um, they're all available. So yeah, do click on the link,
Yeah.
go and pay them a visit, and see how Lavender Therapy can help you. So I'm going to
Also,
bring it to an end there.
one more thing
So
before you go. Also,
yeah,
Rob, you can do a 30-minute, I did mention it earlier, but that was really early if anyone's still here, 30-minute free consultation as well, just so you can have a feel of it as well.
yeah, brilliant. Which I'm sure that people will find very helpful, because who doesn't want a little bit of something for free?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's always helpful, and it'll get you onto the track of where you need to be aiming as well. So that 30 minutes will point you in that right direction.
Yeah.
So yeah, brilliant. Sarah, thank you very, very much for taking part today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's
you're
been
more than
really interesting.
welcome. It's
Thank
really,
you.
really good to meet you
Yeah, you too. And
and everybody else.
yeah, it's been fun. So thank you very much, and I hope you have enjoyed being on today and the nerves weren't too much for you.
No, I'm all right
It
now.
does
I'm all relaxed now.
get easier.
So that's good. Yeah, it's a good experience.
Yeah,
Really
definitely. Don't
enjoyed it.
forget, guys, smash the like and share the streams, hit subscribe. You can find uh, Lavender Therapy on YouTube. You can find Lavender Therapy on Facebook, and I believe on Instagram as well.
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah. So please do go and take a look, and the link for the website is below in the description. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Sarah. I'm going to say goodbye. I may be back this afternoon. I don't know yet. We'll see. No, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I need to get changed into some other clothes. And the wife's left me a to-do list. So I'm probably going to have to do some of that as well. So, yeah. Okay, guys. Take care. See you soon. Stay strong. Stay safe. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.